Hi, hope you're doing alright. Today we are going to take a look at the track Moonlight. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button or consider checking out my Patreon, where you can download all of my MP3 files and also WAV files on different tiers. And as you see before you today, we have an organized and color-coded and nice Ableton Live project. Apart from the last time where everything was just chaos. I think this time we can take a top-to-bottom approach, go from the top and just go through every track and see what I have done on this one. And yeah. Before we do so, we can take a little listen so you can know what to expect. Yeah, I guess you get the idea. On the top here you see the tracks are colored white, and that's external instruments. All external instruments are colored white in my projects. So this is a drone from the Subsequent 37, the Moog. For this demonstration I had to record the synthesizer into my DAW because I can't play it in real time while I am recording this video somehow. So I disabled them there, and we have the WAV file, and it sounds like this. So it's kind of a low-end thing, and it plays pretty good with the bass tracks. But we'll get to the bass later on. Then at the below the drone here, I have the kick. It's always colored bright red. And then I have the rest, the clap, shakers, open hi-hat, crash, some loops, snares, reverse, yeah. All of the percussion or drum-ish things are colored, well, a lighter red color, as you can see here. And together they sound like this. Or we can try it over here. So it's nothing special really. As for mixing on the kick, I just have a little EQ here. And on the clap I have some kind of processing. Let's see. Yeah, I actually use a sausage fattener with 99% color and a little fatness. It increases the high end of the clap. I can turn it on again. And then I have a glue compressor just to reduce the dynamic range a little, and a reverb and a compress. I think it's, yeah, it's actually a side change compressor. for the reverb tail. I should maybe increase it a little. Okay, and then we have the shaker. It's a glue compressor here, and this is a I think it's what's that? I think it's a delay, actually. There's a lot of small things on each track here. Yeah, it's a delay with reverb and the sausage fattener again. And the compressor. Then we have the open hi-hat with a glue compressor, reverb, and then take off the low end if there's any, and then crash, kind of the same thing, loops, kind of the same thing here, loop 2, same thing, snare build, that's a sample, but I could have made it myself with just a snare, but I had a sample, so why not? I have taken off a lot of the low end here. And it's sidechained with the kick. Okay. So that's the percussion part, and then we can get to the bass. That's a bass group. Bass is something I often struggle with. As you can see here, I have different layers. So if we turn on the kick and the sub bass, it sounds something like this. And here I learned a little trick to make the sub bass sound a little more rubber-ish. If you listen to the bass now, it's kind of a rubber sound, but if I turn off this EQ group here, it sounds more plain. And if I turn it on again, you have this kind of rubbery sound. Okay, sorry for that little interruption there. My the camera, or the battery in my camera died, so I had to replace it. So I was talking about this rubberish sound. To get this sound, you just have to use the EQ3 in Ableton, and you make like 3 copies of it, 3 or 4, to any bass sound, and you will get this kind of rubbery sound. And you don't have to make any settings on it. The default settings are just fine. And credits goes to this guy. Let's see here. Where is he? Yeah, this guy. Credit goes to him. Okay, well then we have the sub bass, and we have the nothing special maybe. Then I have this acid type of sound. Maybe it's not acid, but I called it acid-ish. So I took off a little bit of the low end here, but not that much. Then we have a mid bass. And I got an SMS. Just have to... let's see. I am recording a video right now. Okay. And then we have an arpeggiated type of bass. So this is lies in the high end area of the sound spectrum. Then I have another arpeggiated bass sounds over here. It's kind of an atmosphere thing. So everything together sounds like this. Yeah, and then we have the coloring and everything. On bass, I usually use a dark bluish color. Everything low end or bass, except external instruments. External instruments are always white. And then we get to the melody, which I always struggle with, but this is what we got. This is a pluck. It consists of different synths in different layers. You can see on the EQ here, I take off quite a bit over here, and over here, and over here, and I kind of shape them depending on how the patch or how the sound is. And then I also process a lot of those samples. For example, this one uses a lot of I have a decapitator to give it some more edge or some more dirt or saturation or noise. So if we bypass it, it sounds like this. It's not much, but it's there. Then we have sausage fattener, just a little bit, I guess. Or maybe not. 10% and 100% color, okay. EQ and compressor, and kind of the same processing on the other tracks here. For example, I use Serum on one of these tracks. And I use Spire on other tracks. And Serum again. And Spire. And with some processing. And everything, the entire groups, sounds like this. Yeah, getting SMS, that's fine. And then the group have processing as well. A glue compressor with just some small settings, just to try to glue it more together. And then a compressor, sidechain compressor again. so I don't have to use sidechain on each and every track, and then an EQ to take off any low end. And this EQ is actually pretty interesting because it's automated. If you see in this part of the track, it's kind of a break without a kick, so I have automated the EQ, or I have turned it off, because I have some EQ automation here that brings back the low end in the synths, so it sounds like this. So this is kind of a break, but this break doesn't have a kick and it doesn't have a bass in the beginning here. So we usually cut the low end of lead synthesizers or plugs or melodies, but in this part I bring back the low end because it won't clash with the bass or the kick because it isn't there. And then I automate the EQ so it cuts off again when I bring in the bass over here. I'm sorry, I'm not super good to explain this, and I'm not English. That's the way it is. So for melodies and plugs and things, I have kind of yellow greenish colors. Plugs are they are greenish, and then the melodies are yellow. And in this track I have 3 different types of melody lines. I have the plugs here, and then I have this thing here. And this thing over here. Again with different layers, but played together they sound pretty nice, maybe. Something like this. Oh, let's try this one. And then under that we have some pads. Pad, dark pad. What you would expect, I guess. And under that again we have effects. They are mostly purple, and it's a white noise. And some sweeps and some blips and stuff. You can take a look, listen to them. Just solo them and maybe have the kick going. Yeah. So that's basically the track. It has an intro. It have a kind of a break here. It have kind of just a kick and bass in the middle. We can listen to it a little bit. goes over here, getting some more action. And then into the main part. As you can also see here, I automate the fab filter. This is the limiter. What I do is, because I'm getting into this kind of break here, and I want it to have a little more impact. And as I remove a lot of synths and pads and bass here, to give it some more impact, I have to increase the gain on the limiter so it sounds louder. That's basically it. So yeah, so that's the track Moonshine. You can of course download it on my website. It's called BJOKIB.com. You can download the track and you can use it as background music for your YouTube videos if you want. You just have to read the license instructions and follow them. Again, if you like this video, please drop a like, please subscribe, and then also consider checking out my Patreon. You will support me there, but not only that, you will get access to all of my MP3 files I have over at BJOKIB.com in a nice Google Drive link, and for a little bit more you will also get access to the WAV files. Later on I plan to have other content as well, maybe more Ableton Live projects, sample or patches or things like that. Okay, so until next time, take care and goodbye.